Hello everybody, and just here and welcome back to Shokei Shoujo Virgin Road, episode 6. My voice is still a little bit shot, but the show must go on, as they say. So I had my breakfast, had my coffee, had a shave. I'm still bleeding a little. I really need a new disposable razor. And now we can start it. In the last episode, oh boy, oh boy. A lot happened in the last episode, like a lot. And I don't even know where to get started. Uh, because there's the whole thing with the church, or at least the branch that Orwell is in charge of, conspiring with the nobles, with the noblesse. There's that whole conspiracy. There's the fact that Orwell is evil, which I called by the by, so somebody better pick the fuck up. And yeah, Orwell is evil. And she wants eternal youth, essentially. And she was using all the women and girls that disappeared from the streets to experiment with regaining her youth. Then we have Momo and Ashuna uncovering the whole thing in the depth of the city, and the whole thing with the investigation was apparently only to separate Momo from Menou. Menou. How could I have forgotten? Apparently, that was all part of a plan. So now we have Ashuna and Momo facing against the dragon, and now we have Menou facing against an angel, a red angel, and against Orwell, and we have Akari being kept by force, strapped to a chair or something, and she's supposed to be blanched by a piece of white from the star husk, and that's supposed to only leave her powers behind, erase her personality, her memories, only leave the ability. Yeah, I've no clue what's gonna happen, and quite frankly, I don't know how are they gonna be able to get out of this sticky situation. Ashuna and Momo, sure, they might be able to defeat that dragon. Menou, sure, she might be able to defeat that angel, although she doesn't have her scripture. So I'm not sure how exactly. But let's just assume she defeats that angel. Would she be able to defeat Orwell? I don't think so. Akari is up there, and she still has her timey-wimey powers, but she doesn't know of them. And she cannot use them consciously. So either Akari will use her powers unconsciously, or there's gonna be some other Deus Ex Machina that happens. Because I honestly have a hard time predicting where can it all go. And I love it. And I love it. We're not in a situation where it's clearly predictable that, oh yeah, our main characters will surely win. They will do this, and that, and if not, they will do something else. We all know that such and such has such and such power, but Orwell doesn't know that, so that will be her trump card. No. No. Everybody is really in deep trouble here. And it's no exaggeration. It's not deep trouble because the story tells us it's deep trouble. No, it is deep trouble because it is fucking deep trouble. And even I have no clue how they're gonna get out of there. But I guess we will have to see that, right? So I'm gonna give you some subs, myself some sound, and let's not prolong it any further. And if you want to be notified of my videos as soon as they come up, subscribe and click the bell icon. I'm gonna start reminding you early of that. But right now, without further ado, let's just start episode 6 of Shokei Shoujo Virgin Road. Virgin my subs, please, as usual. And let's do it in 3, 2, 1, go. Right where we left off. You think Orwell gives a fuck? Okay. I guess she still has her weapons and still has some kind of magic, despite not having her scripture. Little flaret. Sorry if I'm sniffing every now and then, but such is life. Blanched par... The city. Yeah. Okay, so Orwell was responsible. Shit. Mm. Could it be that the major human errors weren't actually caused by the lost ones, but actually they were caused by someone fucking with the pure concept? Oh, that would... Oh, holy shit. That'd be something. That... Oh, that'd be something. Let me note it down real quick. Holy shit. I've no clue if it's true or not. Don't tell me. Don't you fucking dare spoil that to me. But I have a feeling that might be the case. Human errors were caused by someone, maybe the church, fucking with the pure concepts, not by their holders. There we go. There we go. Such a huge theory popping up before we even got to the OP. God damn. That would also give Akari an out. Maybe she can stay here, as she is. And her pure concept won't go haywire as long as nobody fucks with it. I thought they were fighting a dragon, not a tentacle monster. I guess they're fighting both. Not gonna be easy. And that's gonna trigger Akari's ability. That's gonna trigger her pure concept. Well, you better stop the fucking time then. Code. That looks like code. And she activates her auto-etheric connect. Okay. Unlock regression memory soul spirit. The fuck happened? Oh, she can now use her powers consciously. Hmm. And she knows that Menou is after her. Run? CG Goop? Okay, she's go. Oh, she's gonna erase her memory. So that's how it works. It's not that when she's in danger, her pure concept just acts without her influence, just acts on her own. She gains control of her pure concept instead. And then, after all is said and done, she removes her control. Are the ribbons Momo's like limiters or something? Or is she just gonna get serious because the dragon destroyed her ribbons? Okay. Is it her emotional state that boosts her? Or were the ribbons like literal limiters? Could be either, could be both. Holy shit! Holy shit, Momo! Connecting to a ley line or something? Yeah, a ley line. Who gives a fuck? Okay, so she nuked the castle. Got it. And Ashna came out of it unscathed. Okay, so Ashna was also holding back. Yep. I'm sorry, Master, but I must go all out just this once. Etheric blade, okay. She really reminds me of Christina from Precon. Nambas Avalon! And the castle, of course, is also cut in half. We went from a completely completely irredeemable, like irreversible bad situation to awakening three absolute fucking badasses. Right, Menou has low reserves of mana. Invoke False Sun. Destroy the barrier or destroy the whole fucking cathedral? The latter. The second nuke. Holy shit, Momo. Like, the most... She's now giving me heavy yandere vibes. Akari is really giving me heavy yandere vibes. With the way her eyes shrank when she erased her memory. With the whole, I have to forget about everything except my love for Menou. And here comes Momo. And Akari apparently knew about Momo's ribbons being her limiters. I'm not hugging her, I'm just shielding her eyes so she doesn't see you. Holy fuck, Momo! Chill! Chill! Oh. Oh. Invoke bubbles. Get bubbled on! That was just a diversion. Okay. Flare! Hello. Ah. It's Menou looking like Flare. She likes it, you don't even have to ask. How will or will survive? Okay. Well, what if the cathedral, say, collapses? I have a feeling that might be where it's going. Okay, you two have some hidden power. Of course you do. Oh, so you can use her pure concept. Interesting. Kiss? No, just eye contact. And now she's diving into Akari's consciousness. And that's just Earl Grey. A vision of the future where Menou kills Claire? Could it be? Hmm. Getting reverse isekai? Hmm. Akari Tokito, pure concept time, invoke aging! I guess you don't need to age Orwell by much for it to have an effect. Just like roll the time forward, but I don't know, 5 years and she's done. Just turn to dust or a mummy. A mummy, essentially. Yeah, you're old. That was quick. Just stomped her head in, don't even entertain the conversation. Why? I guess she doesn't need to. Pick up her wand just in case she wakes up. No? Okay, cool. That's fine too. Join our party then. Okay, that's the story. Yeah, makes sense. So the entire church is corrupt. Figures. No worries. She made you new ones. And they're handmade this time. Yeah. It's predictable. That's why. That's how. Oh. Oh, that's an interesting thought. She knows about Momo, she knows about everything because she already lived through everything that happened. Hmm. How about you at least allow Momo to join openly? Oh, that was a cool effect. Coming like from the back of my left ear. You don't often see stereo sounds being used in anime. Hmm. Okay, some weird symbolic vision. A sword of salt, and Flare is carrying it. And Flare has short hair. She matches what was shown in the opening. Okay. Incomplete concept of time. And that's when Akari rewinded the time to the very beginning. Okay. Akari is essentially causing a time loop. It's a it's a fucking Groundhog Day. It's a Groundhog Day. But one day is like the entire season. We're essentially covering a single iteration, and it's not even the first one. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. What an episode. What an episode. Holy shit. This is like finale stuff. It's episode 6, and we've already witnessed finale grade episodes. Towards City of Libelle. Okay, so I'm assuming for the next few episodes we're just gonna travel and go around and fuck around. And episodes like 11 and 12 will be some attempt at killing Akari, maybe. That's not gonna succeed. And then they will continue traveling. That's my guess. Or episodes 11 and 12 are gonna be a some sort of villain, and we are kind of gonna leave the whole thing with Menou trying to kill Akari kind of in the background. Essentially a background thread that's somewhere in the, in the back. Everybody kind of keeps it in mind, but it's not really what the story is about. Kind of like, I don't know, um, fuck, uh, Ainz trying to find other players. That's kind of sidelined. Like, you know, other anime like that. Other isekais where the main character tries to return to their original world or something, but they don't for all like 18 volumes of the manga, and then the manga gets cancelled, and and that's the ending. I have a feeling that trying to kill Akari is gonna be something like that. But let's go through this. Again, Again. Simply again. Oh boy. Oh boy. One time I went too far and blanched part of the pure concept itself. I'm talking about the time an otherworlder's powers turned a makeshift white and what I'm not entirely certain about the meaning of this sentence. It seems like structurally wrong. I'm talking about the time an otherworlder's powers turned a makeshift white and wiped an entire town. Is makeshift used here as a subject? Like a makeshift was turned white? Or the otherworlder's powers turned into a makeshift white? Does it mean the otherworlder's powers weren't white? It was some other pure concept, but fucking around with it created white? I have no clue. I have no clue. If, I don't know, it's said better in the manga or in the light novel or wherever, or in some, I don't know, supplementary information or something, do let me know. Do let me know. I don't consider pieces of information that were known at this point in the source material spoilers. So feel free to tell me what exactly did Orwell mean here. If it's known at this point in time, of course. If it's a mystery that gets uncovered later, then that's a spoiler, and please don't. But if it's explained better in the source material, please do explain it to me, because I'm currently an anime only. Orwell did that. Right, Flare. In the OP. Flare here, is she shown here or not? I don't think she is. She is, yeah, and she has shoulder length hair. And I was confused with this part of the OP, right? This shadow, because this shadow doesn't have shoulder length hair. They're spiky, yes. It's Flare's dress, it's Flare's weapon, but the hair didn't match. But then we see in Akari's vision or whatever the fuck that was, that she did have short hair. Eventually, she changed her hairstyle for one reason or another. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna take a quick look at all the theories. Gonna reach for yellow highlighter, because Orwell is evil and so is the church. The church hid Orwell's crimes. So I'm gonna mark it down in yellow, because the church might be evil, might not. Hard to tell. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Holy shit. Orwell sends Flare after them. Well, that clearly cannot be true. So that gets highlighted in orange. Momo, Menou, Akari, Ashna travel and run from church. They aren't running from church, so that's clearly not true. Menou defeats Flare. Well, that remains to be seen. Could Akari rewind people to their original worlds? And human errors were caused by someone like church fucking with the pure concept. That remains to be seen. Okay, that's the summary of some new theories. This. I have to mention, this anime really has some penchant, or however you pronounce it, penchant, whatever, to the ability to make people's faces really look unsettling, right? Like the overly rendered face of Orwell we've seen in the previous episode, and here, the lighting on Akari's face, the wide eyes with additional circles, the overly rendered teeth. That's unsettling. For a moment, I was wondering what's going on here. Did she like erase her memory automatically to, I don't know, calm her down and make irrational or rational decisions unaffected by emotion of fear, for example? She blinded everybody around, and now through the fact of her acting like a dojiko, going to reach for the headband, she avoided being covered by white. But no, she essentially restored her lost memories from however many iterations there were. Turned everybody purple? Sure. Come on, roll back. Faster. Yeah, I have no intention of going with anyone other than Menou, and I refuse anybody but Menou to kill me. And she has full control of her powers. I guess I don't have to rewind things this time, unlike back on the train. I guess the best thing to do is have that girl wreak havoc. See, all this time, I was under the impression that she uses her powers automatically whenever she's in danger. Kinda like the dude in the first episode who released that void attack as he was dying, as a last resort, essentially. And I was under the impression that Akari does the same. She's about to die in a car crash, or she's dying in a car crash, and her powers act up and just rewind the time. Not car crash, train crash. And her powers are just rewinding the time to keep her safe. But as it turns out, whenever she is in mortal danger, her memories simply come back to her. And she gains back the knowledge of however many iterations, however many loops she went through. She has the knowledge of Momo, of how important the ribbons are to her, or of what's gonna happen when her ribbons fall apart. She has the knowledge of what happened on the train. She has the knowledge of what is going on here. She has full control of her powers and everything like that. She regains all those memories and everything else. And since she gains through that, and since through that she gains conscious controls of her powers, she can fix that situation consciously. It's not that she automatically rewinded the train crash. No, her memories came back to her, and she consciously rewinded that train crash. That's interesting. That's very interesting. And after all is said and done, after all is fixed, she wipes her memory. Everything besides her love for Menou. That also kind of explains why her love for Menou is this strong and seemingly randomly, because they haven't known each other for particularly long, right? Her love is so strong because it's been reinforced throughout hell knows how many iterations, how many loops. It's not the first time she goes on that travel with Menou. It's not the first time she rescues Menou. It's not the first time Menou rescues her. And her love for Menou is compounding, and it's not being erased at any point. Interesting. Very, very interesting take. And also, she's the reason why she's erasing her memory. I have a feeling it might be to keep her pure concept in check. Erasing memory to keep pure concept in check. And because a pure concept, the more you use it, and the more you are a wielder of a pure concept, the more the pure concept affects you and your mental state and your character. The more you become shaped by that pure concept, and eventually you turn into a quote-unquote villain. Eventually you start creating major human errors and whatnot, right? But if she erases her memories of the pure concept, if she rewinds her mental state to when she had no idea about that pure concept, the pure concept cannot gain grasp of her. Question is, could she do that ad infinitum? Does she actually need to be killed? And do other people from her world need to be killed? What if Akari is able to only erase the knowledge of pure concepts, right? She's able to erase her memories and her mental state selectively, right? Erase everything except her love for Menou. And what else? Come on, rewind faster. Okay, leave a sense of deja vu and love for Menou. So she's able to erase her memories and bring back her mental state selectively. So could that be a way to keep summoned people in check without having to kill them? Just every now and again, reset their knowledge of pure concept. Reset their mental state, or at least this part of it. And if you get isekai here, you get a choice. You either agree to having your mind wiped every 5 years or whatever, or you get killed. You have assassins sent after you. That would be actually kind of interesting. Could Akari rewind people to their old OG words? That's another question I asked before. But could... Yeah, okay. Differently. Akari rewinds knowledge and mental effects of pure concept to... Oh, I already noted it down. I made the same theory again to keep it in check, but I'm gonna add that in others. There we go. It's a different theory now, technically. Hmm. And Momo, holy shit, what a badass. I don't think those ribbons are like actual limiters. I think it's just genuinely her mental state. If she's angry, if she's sad, particularly if she's angry, she just goes berserk. Just goes completely berserk. Completely forgoes her weapons, forgoes her scriptures, that just punches away. Just kicks, punches, and completely mutilates the dragon. It's not that Momo defeated that dragon. She mutilated it. Just punching away with reckless abandon. Blood splattering everywhere, mixed with her tears. Those are some great clothes. They aren't getting stained by blood. And they're pure white. They must have some hydrophobic coating. Look at this dragon! Just look at it! Momo didn't just kill it. I'm gonna say it again, she mutilated it. With her bare hands and some magic. She didn't use, like, magic. She didn't throw a fireball at it. She didn't summon an ethereal sword. She just had her fists. Just look at the state of it. Eyes hanging out. And now she reaches for a ley line. And fucking glasses the place. Calls upon the wrath of heaven. Low orbital ion cannon. And just blasts the whole fucking castle to smithereens. Turns it into a pile of rubble. And Ashuna uncovers her true strength again. Her sword shatters, she gains that ethereal blade. She goes, Nambas Avalon! And cuts everything in half. And then Momo does this thing, summons another nuke on the cathedral. We went from a completely hopeless situation to a situation completely hopeless, yes, but for the other side, for the enemies. It's not Momo and Menou and Akari that are in a hopeless situation. It's Orwell that should fucking start running. And the entirety of Church and Noblesse. Holy shit! What a power spike! And just punches that the angel like it was nothing. And juggles it in the air fucking DMC style. Bubble conductor. Great. I honestly thought for a moment that Flare really is here. And that Flare was into contact with Menou, and Menou just called up for her, and Flare arrived with help. Or that maybe she actually genuinely was Flare disguised as Menou. But no, it's Menou disguised as Flare to throw Orwell off. But of course, the magecraft built into the cathedral protects her. Do we know the name of this spell or something? Probably if you can read Japanese. I can't, so I don't know what it is. And now we learn that Menou can not only tap into Akari's etheric reserves, she can tap into her pure concept. Wow! That's like a step above. A part of me never stopped longing to be a priestess who was simply pure, just, and strong. And here she is shown having killed Flare. Akari looks scary here. She really looks scary. She really looks like a yandere with the lighting and a blank smile. She was looking like that once when she was erasing her memories. I honestly think I'm getting this vibe. I'm getting the vibe that it really might be like Ashuna, who's the only actually just pure and strong character in this series. Menou actively pursues being a villain, pursues being like Flair. Momo has that berserk side of her, but I guess it comes from like a pure feeling of love. Akari has this side to her. Ashuna just likes to be strong, and she likes to fight. She's very simple and very pure because of that. One thing for certain, Akari isn't as innocent and as much of a pure cinnamon bun as we were initially led to believe. She's not consciously manipulating Menou because her memories are erased, but I would say that her erasing her memories is her way of manipulating Menou somewhat. Interesting, 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 interesting! Holy shit! I'm hyped. I'll always be your best friend, Menou. All that's missing is Akari saying, "You don't need other friends. You have me." If only the two of us could be alone in the world, that would be perfect, don't you think? I will strive for a world where only two of us remain. I just had a super weird thought. What if Akari somehow was responsible for the major human errors? She was trying to erase the entirety of the world except for her and Menou. I know it's completely wild. It's a complete ass pool. But there's a world where that theory is true. Okay, I'm gonna note it down just in case. Just in case. Akari caused human errors. Errors somehow to destroy the world so she can be alone with Menou. Yeah. It's just a theory, a game theory, but why can't I say that it's completely impossible? And there was that scene. No, I think it was later. Aging beam! Like an opposite of a lollifying beam. Babafying beam, I guess. I don't quite get this conversation either. If I cast aside all that was just and pure, I would find my own path to follow. I never found my life where I was nothing but righteous. I don't get what she was saying here. I don't get this conversation. I honestly don't. You've worn yourself out after your little rampage. Why does it feel like Ashna is leaving us and she's not gonna be there for at least a few more episodes? I like her. I was really hoping that we're gonna create a whole team of Akari, Menou, Momo, and Ashuna traveling together, having fun and adventures, but I guess it's not this kind of series, is it? It's not as straightforward. It's really not as straightforward as that. Thankfully, Menou prepared new ribbons for her. I wanna hear something. What word does Momo use here? Daisuki, not aishiteru yo. Daisuki, okay. I guess it could be like it really doesn't have a double meaning when you look at that, but speaking purely like linguistically, there is you could argue that she's just saying that she really, really likes her. Not, it's not love. It's just very, very, very intense friendship. You could argue that, speaking purely linguistically. When a character says "I aishiteru," there's no double meaning possible, none whatsoever. It's romantic love always. Daisuki can be disputed. I think Akari must have regressed back from a future far beyond this point in time. Yep. And her affection for me remains somehow. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. That's what I sensed when I made contact with the depths of her soul and consciousness. Right, when she was taking control of her pure concept. So she's aware. My future self managed to deceive Akari so well to earn that much trust. Yandere Akari again, but I must have failed to kill her for some reason and allowed her to regress back. And I must find a way to kill her once and for all. What's this no Menou scene? Just a dark void? Or, yeah, just a dark void. And this. Does Akari remember now? Did she unregress here? Because that's Akari's voice. Is she pretending to be regressed? Or is it like her inner unregressed voice? While consciously she's still regressed. And that's Akari's voice, isn't it? That's not Menou saying I was trying to kill you. That's Akari saying I was trying to kill you. And here's this whole scene of Menou getting salted, whited out. No, it was Menou talking. And Akari says, okay, so it's essentially a flash forward or a flashback, depending how you look at it, of Menou failing and dying and revealing the secret that, hey, I was trying to kill you the whole time. That's when I finally learned what friendship is. And that's when Akari rewinded time. Again. Or is it the first iteration? The first loop? Impossible to tell. And then there's Flare with the Soul Sword. I fucking knew the Soul Sword is gonna be relevant at one point or another. And here's Flare with short hair that we see in the OP. If I'm going to be killed by the likes of her, I wanted Menou to kill me instead. That's why she rewinded the time to give Menou another chance at killing her. Yeah, that's what it is. So please make sure you kill me properly this time. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. Every time, every iteration, every loop that Menou fails to kill Akari, Akari just rewinds time to give Menou another shot. Time shenanigans, I fucking swear. Oh boy. Oh, holy shit. Time shenanigans. Fucking time shenanigans. I, I, I'm at a loss of words. Honestly, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. The title of the next episode sounds kinda like now they're going on a proper quote unquote adventure. But this series has shown time and again that it's not that simple, right? They're not gonna suddenly go for an isekai adventure with Momo and Ashuna. But at the same time, what more can happen after what we were shown in this episode, in the previous episode, what started in the previous episode, and what we were shown in this one? Where else can this story go? Besides leaving the whole theme of trying to find a way to kill Akari running in the background and other things taking the forefront. I honestly don't know where it's gonna go. I honestly don't know. We no longer have a villain. Uh, we no longer have the possibility of what I thought is gonna be the case of Orwell sending some assassins and whatever after uh, Akari and Menou, perhaps even sending Momo after them, and them being on the run, and that being essentially the series. Orwell is already dead, unless the rest of the church is equally corrupt. I honestly don't know where can we go from here. I honestly don't. Like, sure, the end goal is to kill Akari permanently, but I think the light novel is still ongoing, so of course that's not gonna be the ending, is it? I also don't think that they will show us like multiple iterations where Akari regresses, turns back time by episode, I don't know, 12 or 11 or 10 or whatever. And we start again from the very beginning. Hmm. I honestly don't know. I honestly, genuinely cannot tell where it's gonna go from here. I have a feeling, well, for sure, the next episode is gonna be more light-hearted after episodes 5 and 6. Episode 7 has to be like innocuous, silly little adventures in a port town, eating good food and fucking around at the port, buying some dresses and stuff like that. But what then? Yeah, I'm not gonna waste your time just sitting here thinking. I'm just gonna leave it here. I still have Symphogear episode 8 to record today for my Patreons. So I don't want to waste time, mine or yours. Instead, I'm just going to ask you to tell me down in the comments what you think of this episode, my reaction of my theories. Just, holy shit. Just leave things spoiler free, I beg of you. I really don't want to be spoiled, not on a series like this, not on a series like this. If you have some spoilers to talk about, join my Discord server. There's a Virgin Road channel there, and you can use spoiler tags and talk spoilers. I'm not gonna click them, I'm not gonna see them. Everybody's happy. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel if you want to be notified of future releases, mainly of future releases of Virgin Road, because I have absolutely no clue what's gonna happen. And if you don't have a clue either and you want to experience it with me, what better way to make sure you can do that than to subscribe and click the bell icon and whatnot. And besides that, I'm also recording other shows like Spike's Family, Symphogear G, Revue Starlight, Shield Hero Season 2, and Skeleton Knight in Another World. So if you're interested in any of those, some of them will be in the cards in the corner, and the rest will be on my channel, of course, as is usually the case. If you want to support me monetarily, you can do so on Patreon, the link in the description, my Patreon name right here. And for just $1, you get access to a special channel on my Discord server, you get access to a role, you get access to Patreon posts, some of them, you get access, not access, you get a place in the credits of my videos, stuff like that. And for $10, you get early access to non-seasonal shows. This time around, that's Symphogear G and Revue Starlight. So if you want to watch them early, that's where you can do that, on my Patreon. And if you want to support me non-monetarily, you can of course also do so by spreading the word about my channel, by talking to people about it, by sending links to videos to your friends and people who you think would enjoy my content, because the more you spread the word, the more people see my content, and the more I'm happy, because more people seeing my content is my very goal for making that content. So you will help me be just a step closer to my goal. And I think that's gonna be it for me for today. So, as always, do all the good stuff. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Cheers! And here's the credits I was talking about. You don't need $10, just $1 is enough to be here.